Hey everybody. First of all, hi, I'm Mallory. Lovely to meet you in this online environment. So I wanted just to make a short video explaining why we are doing these pre-assessment questions at the beginning of this course. This is something that I do in every one of my classes, and it's something that is important to me because I think that we should all succeed to our most highest potential, right? And there was this study done that is shown right here, that reducing the gender achievement gap in college science, that there was a classroom study of values affirmation. So essentially there was this study done in this physics class of nearly 400 students, where half the students did a values affirmation, half the students didn't, and then they assessed how the students did at the end of the course based on their final scores. Um, and it turns out that with on the left side here, you'll see the control. So you'll see the white bar here is men, and the gray bar here is women. And this is their mean end of semester score here on the y-axis. So men tended to finish like in the mid 70s range, right? Whereas women tended to finish around in the mid 60s. There's a pretty large gap between men and women and how well they seem to have fared at the end of their physics class. And again, this side here is the control. So they didn't do what's called values affirmation. And then you'll see here on the right side, the folks that did do values affirmation, notice how much better the women performed at the end of the course after they had done this values affirmation. So I do realize that there's probably men and women in this class, but I still very much feel that when you identify what is most important to you, not even academically, just in general, what is important to you, to your core values, once you identify that and then start implementing that into things that you do in your real life, then you'll likely be more successful in your endeavors. So why do we do a pre-assessment? So we have pre-assessments, right, this little bitty bit before, and then throughout a course we have these embedded formative assessments, and at the end we have a post-assessment. So some examples of these would be your initial assessment questions, so think, pair, shares, free writes. I know we're in an asynchronous online course, so there's a little bit less of these think, pair, shares, right? A little bit harder to do that, but we have discussion groups and things those are things that we will implement throughout the entire course. Whereas these embedded formative assessments, so it's more formal. So you have formal written assignments, you have homework assignments, you have reading assignments, especially in this class. And then at the end, maybe you'll have a post-assessment. So this is something that I will likely implement in this class as well. After you take your exam, maybe a little form of extra credit will be to reflect on how you did, how well you prepared, and things like that. So I really try to make all my courses have this nice little step ladder. So basically, you'll see on the Canvas page, you'll see a little thing called pre-assessment questions, and it's just graded for credit. So as long as you finish it, you'll get credit for it. So essentially, what I have for you is a list of some possible core values. It ranges from anything from independence to music to politics, whatever. So what I want you to do, and the directions are on Canvas, is to choose 2 to 3 of these values or any other values that are important to you. This is not a one-all-beats-all list. You can add other things as well. Like mental health or exercise or yoga, or any other things that you love to do that make you happy. You are more than welcome to add those as well and explain those. So essentially, the idea is to get you to identify these and explain why those are important to you. And I won't share these with anyone. This is just for you, essentially, and for my eyes. So don't feel like I'm going to go share these with the world or anything like that. So hopefully just by identifying these, maybe you'll do better in my class, not just in my class, but in all of your other classes as well. And that's kind of my hope with that. So if you have any questions, please, of course, contact me. You can email me, text me, call me, whatever works for you. I'm happy with all modes of contact. And I'm eager to see your responses. Oh, and additionally, some other questions within that pre-assessment include just some general environmental science questions, just to get your feel or a feel of what you may or may not know in regards to environmental science. Maybe some things that we're going to cover throughout the semester, and it's totally okay if you have absolutely no idea the answers to any of the questions. That's why you're in this class, so hopefully you can learn the answers to those questions. So see y'all soon. Cheers.